There is a wonderful thing that's taking place, and it's called conscious evolution. And it's moving in all areas of our life, but in particular, conscious evolution is moving forward in the spiritual movement as well. So it goes back to a fundamental principle that we're leading to, and that is this. Can we have heaven on earth right now? So the new vision that we're looking for in spirituality is the kingdom of God right here and right now. So Jesus Christ, now what I mean by Jesus Christ, I'm talking about the spiritual principle of Jesus Christ. The theological debate about who is Jesus and who Jesus is not, that's not part of my discussion. When I say Jesus Christ, I'm talking about love, wisdom, compassion, forgiveness, those spiritual principles. In that concept, Jesus the Christ, or that essence, said, the kingdom of God was, first of all, was near, at hand, and within. So our whole job now is to be able to experience that. Now, to experience that, we call that mysticism. It's a scary term that some people look at, but primarily what it's all about is experiencing God. So our new vision is about experiencing God, tapping into God by whatever name you call him or her, in various ways that it manifests in your life, but the key is consistently. So now, what I want to do is just take you through a little example of how we can go there. So, what I want you to do is ask yourself these questions. First of all, why are you here? The next thing is, what is your greatest goal in life? And the last question is this: what is the secret to eternal bliss? If you really look at them, really go deeper, you'll find that the answer is the same for all of them. And that is God, by whatever name you call. That's the reason why you're here. That's your greatest goal in life, is to have this relationship. And it is the secret to eternal bliss. So all of these things now are leading to the evolution of the spiritual movement that take us deeper into experiencing God. Everybody can go there, and it doesn't matter what particular path that you're on, and it doesn't matter where you are on the ladder of evolution. Wherever you are, the key now is to expand your experience, to take where you are, go a step further. And so now, we're moving into this wonderful space, and we're seeing that God is everywhere present. By that I mean omnipresent. God is everywhere. Where God is, heaven is. What heaven is, truth is. All of these things, except right now, we don't experience heaven all the time. And we really look at our world and we say, I don't see much of heaven anywhere. Matter of fact, it seems more like hell than heaven. So what's the root cause of us not experiencing what's already there? And the root cause of all the pain and suffering is our basic belief that we are separate from God. It's kind of challenging because, one, if God is everywhere, how can you be separate? If God is everywhere, that God is in us, around us, all the time, no matter where we go. But we have a belief system that we're separate from God. First of all, we don't have that kind of power to ever separate ourselves from God. We cannot do that. Now, what we can do is fog up the mind so we have a misperception that God is not there, or that we've been so bad that God cannot accept us. Now, we can do that, but we can't unhook ourselves from God. So the pain comes from us believing that we're separate from God, when actually we aren't. Now our job is to heal that. So we'll go through some steps. First of all, we just got to know, well, who is this God really? And expand our view of that. And then the other thing is, who are we? And then merge the two back together. That is the foundation for mysticism. That is the foundation for us breaking free and going to the next level. So now, let's take a look. Who is God? God goes by many different names. I would say that everyone has some shape or form of fashion or name that we call God. And I would say that since our childhood, we have various perceptions and interpretations of God. I want to expand it, though, to create a much larger box. And in fact, we're going to get to the point, I like to erase the lines of the box so that we can see infinite possibilities in God that is everywhere present, but also within us. Now, who are we? Well, we are a child of God, and it means we're made in the image, meaning that we have a spirit, or we're a soul that is God itself. We're an aspect of it. Because we believe that we're separate, we're blocking for this divine union of the manifestation of God to be in us. We are actually swimming upstream. We're going against the tide. We are running from our good. We are going through this life experience totally backwards. It's a much easier way to do this. Simply open ourselves to the truth that's already there, and that is God, and then experience it every day. So now, we take a look at this whole concept that God is omnipresent. This is the key. Everywhere present. And our whole goal now is to take a look at this. See, how can we realize this? And it comes through our changing our perception and our interpretation. That maybe what we see, we really don't know what we're seeing. If God is everywhere present, we see evil, we see pain, we see suffering. On one level, it is there. We call that it is true. Small t, R-U-E. In that concept, we see pain and suffering. Our job now is to move. We call it a shift in perception. And in Course in Miracles, they call it a miracle. We're going to shift our perception from that which true to the truth, which is God is everywhere present. So our goal now is to view everything. What if God is in everything? And what if we are now able to see God manifest? So our tools are designed so that in our mind and heart, we can actually see the manifestation of God everywhere present, because that is the truth. It's been masked over by masked illusions based upon our misperception, based upon our belief that we're separate from God, which is causing the projection into our world of the illusion. Some people call it a dream. Some people call it even a nightmare. But the whole goal is it can be healed because we create it. So our job now is just to breathe in love. Love is the major communicator. So anytime we feel fear, lack, limitation, anytime we come up with worry, doubt, all of that, just know we've stepped out of God's omnipresence in our mind. So our goal is to shift it back. Love is the key. I would say the other wonderful quality is appreciation, beauty. All of these things open us up and put us back in contact with God. So our job now, let's be in contact with God. The conscious contact with God. We're calling it spiritual evolution.